Good afternoon, everyone out there in East Lab territory. Today we are going to do an introduction on Adobe Premiere Pro, which is a video editing software. The current version I'm using right now is CS3. When you start Premiere Pro, this window comes up and asks you, do you want a new project, an open project, or do you need help? It also lists your recent projects up above, so if you have one of these, you can just go ahead and click that. We're going to start a new project, and this window is going to come up during our new project. When you are recording in your camera, you have to know what your settings are. Are you in standard 32 kilohertz, which is a 12-bit audio? Are you in standard 48, which is a 16-bit audio? Are you using widescreen 12-bit audio or widescreen with 16-bit audio? So you've got to know what your camera settings are in the beginning. If you don't know what they are, check the camera before you do this to try to get them as close as you can, because there's going to be a lot of rendering to do. If you're doing HDV footage, you also need to know if you're 1080i 30, 720, 25, or 720 30 frames per second. We're going to start with a standard widescreen project at 48 kilohertz, which is 16-bit audio, and we're going to call it Introduction to Premiere Pro. So I'm going to give it a name in advance. I also have to know exactly where my location is, where I'm saving it. I'm saving it to my hard drive in my video folder, so that's good for me. So I'm going to click OK, and this is what's going to come up on your screen whenever this is your work space. If any of these panels accidentally get closed out, you can go to Window, Workspace, and reset current workspace, and it will reset it to the workspace that you are currently looking at. You need these windows. The top left window is the project window, which is where you put your, you import your video, you import your music, you import titles. You can make folders in here by clicking this little button and keep your project nice and organized. If you're doing a very large video, then you are going to need extra folders to keep everything organized. The second screen is the source video, which is where you actually do your editing. The third window is called your program sequence. The sequence in the top right corner and the panel in the bottom of the screen are actually the same too. One is your timeline, your bottom one is your timeline view, and the top right one is your video view. And so this is just an introduction of what the Premiere Pro user interface looks like.